Hey there. Yeah, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing out the voice. Make sure everything sounds okay.
I don't have proper streaming equipment set up, so it's a little weird still.
No, all good, all good. I'm in a slightly different area from where I usually do commentary, so all good.
Yeah. All right. I'm increasing the volume of both myself and the computer, the main output. So hopefully that will help. All right. So, hello everyone. I'm here. We've got week 2. Things are a little odd this week. For this first match, I do not have an interview from Shinoa because I came back home yesterday after a tournament here and I passed the fuck out. And after I was asleep, I got a message from Shinoa saying, won't be there tomorrow to do the interview, have to do it now. And by the time I woke up and read the message, it was too late. So, there's no interview, basically. Which sucks. But that means we can get to the matches faster, so everyone should be happy anyway, right? In the meantime, I have the other interview. So this is the interview with MadeInHeaven. I'm gonna play this, and then we'll get into our matches since we don't have anything else. Alright, I'm back here. We're in week 2. I've got team captain MadeInHeaven here. How you doing?
Good, good. About you?
I'm alright. Had a long day yesterday. So,
Feel
questions for this week. What changes did you make compared to last week to prepare this time?
Be honest, it's more just, it was definitely, I didn't really change actually much because, be honest, what needed to still be worked on still need to be worked on from the first week to like this week. And I think the goals didn't change much because I think, you know, obviously the improvement was slower. So I was just like, okay, well, I don't think I need to change much. I just need to keep working on these basic fundamentals and, you know, keep evolving upon that little by little. So.
All right. What are your mentees' strengths now that you are more familiar with them? Do you think that'll play a key factor in the upcoming match?
For my intermediate, I think they have a good sense of timing on, like, let's say, like when they're gonna kind of do less. What's the word? When the pressure is not as tight, they kind of recognize that and get out of scenarios with just their buttons in general, because their arc being able to doing that in general really fast long reaching buttons, it would really help. And for my beginner, I think slowly, I think that like they're still getting used to like combos and stuff, but they definitely have the potential to just completely steamroll if they can just get the hit. It's just more if they can get the hit. And yeah, so they do be saying me a lot recently. So
All right. What makes your coaching style different from the others? What are you doing that's giving your team the edge to win?
I'm hoping to be like, you know, I want to be tough but fair. I don't want like I want them to push themselves beyond what they can do, even if it feels like, you know, you're slamming it against the ceiling. Because if you're too comfortable with your style or what you have right now, you're not going to evolve. So I want them to push themselves as much as possible, even if it's really uncomfortable, because being uncomfortable is fine. It's a learning process. So you have to be willing to be uncomfortable doing things that you're not ready to do early on, so you can build upon that like smaller steps.
All right. And finally, any words before the match starts?
I want them to know that, you know, they put in the work. I'm proud of them, and I hope that with the time I have with them, which unfortunately wasn't as much as I would like to, but I hope they learned a little bit from my style, and, you know, just go out there, have fun. I mean like you're putting it into a nice little like high profile or more spotlight. So, you know, show what you can do.
All right. Thank you. All right, and with that, we can start the matches in just a second. I got Risky Sweep here with me on commentary. Say hello.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
All right, so our first match is Team MadeInHeaven versus Team Shinoa. So, Garaha's Super Blazing Bochi against Twiggy and Console.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell him to start. And
Heck yeah! All right. So we're starting with Twiggy. Is this Council and Garahouse first, or? Oh no, Twiggy.
Twiggy,
and,
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I had the names mixed up there. So we got the Noel versus Akia happening here. Both of these teams, they lost in the first week, correct?
Yes. This is the losers week.
Okay, so yeah, we're trying to determine between that. But in the meantime, we got ourselves a battle here happening. Twiggy Garahouse already beginning things violently with the Noel in the corner.
I see that pressure is already more advanced.
Yeah, that's one of those things I was kind of, I was looking through the week 1 VODs, and there was not a whole lot of time for these two teams to really get things started. We saw some really good stuff from the intermediate on here, but I was kind of wanting to see how they would grow with this. So I'm glad they're having this opportunity for the loser matches as well.
Oh, the long hard drive. Nice,
Downtown,
that's
yep.
that. Great confirm. Call out with the 63C full screen, and then boom.
Yeah, great start for Twiggy on this one. So already throwing out the black key, keep it on the little bit of an ambiguous cross-up setup later. Oh, and gets the fatal counter B. You're gonna get a start of a combo, very nice, but unfortunately misses and giving Garahaz a chance to retaliate.
Actually just barely dodged by the ring stall. Missed that front swap. Here we go, okay. Empty low, nice block. Yeah.
Into the BC, nice. Yep, go ahead and go use the EX on there. And gets a nice, just clean jump in just to finish it out. Twiggy is on the board for Team Shinoa.
Twiggy going in. I like it. Noelle's not a character you see much, though she's definitely not like a weak character in this version of the game. She's had some rough spots in the past, but right now she's pretty good.
Yeah, like I think where she is, and like it feels pretty balanced with this character. Overall, like you're able to kind of like get some things started. You of course have like to say some of the easy safe jump routes and everything that really helps make this character a little bit easier to pilot. But Twiggy's doing a pretty good job so far. But we got Garahaz getting in. We're doing the side switch here, and we get it with like the confirm on the 2-2. That's a little damage, 3.4.
Gets that swap, messes up the 2-1-4 hit. Nice shield. Doesn't quite punish the landing recovery. Gets the low hit. Didn't say jump.
Got hit with the flash kick as a part. Trying to find like the reach. It does get the nice little punish on there, but here goes the side switch in here for Garahaz.
Yeah, after that first round, Garahaz actually doing a great job avoiding the anti-airs, both the 3C and the 63. Definitely something you always have to be aware of when fighting Noelle. It's just that gigantic air block full hitbox you can throw out.
Oh yeah, just throw it out at any given time, especially having like also the black keys, just the extra plus frames, just kind of throw it out in any given moment. As long as you have the 10 there.
Nice shield interaction. Doesn't get that 2C. With punish.
Immediately throwing out there, trying to find like a moment. No, can't do. Garahaz is going to take that back and go all the way to the corner. They're throwing out the moon skill key.
Yeah, Garahaz a little iffy on this combo. The super jump after the 623. Not really getting that connection.
You went in and tried to use the moon drive in there to snipe out the anti-air battle, like already one step ahead, jumped over, got that round, tying it up on rounds one each.
Oh, there you go. Nice damage.
And to the jump into the low there. Yeah, got a little catch on the ground, a little taste damage.
Oh no, got hit by the
yeah.
air.
That's what you were talking about earlier, just being able to throw that out and be able to like snipe right from middle air. Oh, and you tried to go in for it, but nice! I love it, just going into the jump shield, ready for the follow-up on there afterwards here. Going to only have one bar, not enough to kill, but going to get set up for the next part here. One more touch with the throw. Nope. One more. There we go, one more.
Guy has not popping moon drive, so the resource not used. Might have been able to help there, but pressing throw a little too panicky. We're going back. I told them first to 3. Maybe this is an adjustment of some kind.
Yeah, maybe to go like get back in there, or just didn't realize on there. The first the beginners matches are first to 3. And like the first 2 matches are first to 3, and then it goes the first to 2, and then first to 1. After that, if the winner's not been decided.
Oh, they changed the stage. The hell out of the grid, the training room.
Yeah, to get a little bit of change of scenery, enjoy the fresh air out on the outside.
Yeah, the TP confirmed. Not a lot of damage, but this one.
Yep, but try to go in for the low on there afterwards. Garage got the hit on their moon drive to get the back throw into the corner, take it as their own.
Yeah, here we go, offense time.
Okay, there he tried to get that health back on here, cancel out of the moon skill TP, and finally finds the mark in here and the corner once again from Twiggy.
Yeah, that was good avoidance by Garhaz, but just didn't get the punish after landing there. Little too vulnerable.
Yeah, that's a lot of like what I've been noticing for both of these players. It's just like trying to find where they get the land and like just kind of realign those combos to get the maximum amount of damage.
Nice sweep.
Okay. Medium stuff, yeah, on the way down, got that.
Oh, nice, convert, almost. Messing up that 6-3, it looks like, getting just 5A. Make it count.
Fly recovers just in time in there, and it gets a slice of heaven down on that. That's Twiggy going to be on set point here.
Yeah, things not finishing the combo is really hurting our house here.
Yeah, just
Especially
not
with
being
Aki
able
just being an Oki character, because Noel definitely has the advantage in neutral in this matchup.
Yeah, we haven't really been able to see like a lot of the knockdown into brilliant wheel setups that we see from a lot of Akia players, just trying to like keep and maintain the corner. We do see the moon drive come out again, gets the back throw in there.
Nice
Goes for the safe jump. Nice, yeah, that's what we want to see there, but doesn't get to convert the combo, unfortunately.
Yeah,
just get a fail counter.
Dropping these motion inputs. Block string. Nice
A little
blocks.
bit of Akia pressure,
Back
yeah.
up. Keeping it alive. I like that throw. Oh,
And there, yeah, it's the call out with the 3C in there.
Oh, that's
and
an
again,
overhead.
yeah, you got to watch out for that. Got a lot of meters, doesn't get to convert on the low on there afterwards here. Garhaz does get a couple hits in there.
Yeah, so you work careful about those shield counters when you have a ring on above you.
I like that Twiggy was like saw the brilliant wheel coming out, just like kind of stopped mid before having to deal with it. The clash frames in the air, a little bit too far away for the moon skill two.
There you go. Didn't spend, but has a lot of bar here to win. Just end it. Keep it simple.
No, doesn't get it.
Oh no.
And you're gonna get all of that back, and you got the blood heat on top of that here. So, yep, go ahead, use that arc drive. Gonna be a lot of damage, but not enough. Oh, and catches on the way down. Ooh.
Yeah. Like, when you're getting that hit with the 4 bars, you just need to go like immediately into arc drive or something, just so you don't drop that game-winning combo.
Yeah, totally understand. You want to do like the most amount of like damage you can in a short amount of time. If you think you're going to drop that in there, just be able to throw it out like on there. Unfortunately, Garhaz was getting some nice Oki setups, starting to get things going again. I felt like maybe the next time that these two meet in the like in the rotation, I think Garhaz may have some like plans on that. I would like to see like more from that, and that's what I like about the T5. Like the beginners get to play more and more.
Yeah, this format is definitely trying to push it more towards making everyone's contributions count.
So now we got Bochi and Council coming back. So we got well from last week, like regular arc versus Aoko. Trying to take a look here. It's like I believe Going to go right into it here. Already recovering on the other time, but get land into the low here. Going to give Council a opportunity to get things, start the engine.
Yeah, here it is. Plus frames. Nice mega pressure. Trap? No, can't get out there.
Ooh. Yep, like, ooh,
That was not the shield you wanted.
No, it wasn't. And well, Bochi's going to be taking that all way. Say, nope. Bringing that down.
Nice
And the moon
reaction.
drive into
Left,
the
right.
low. I like that.
Bochi not hitting with redacted. Kind of holding it. Nice heat. Oh, that. That didn't have to happen. Nice.
Right into it. That's kind of like what you were talking about, like going into right into the arc drive in there, just get the damage in here. You got a little bit of that health back from the heat activation on there, and there it comes, the blow back edge to finish things off. Very nice.
Unblockable. Alright, Ayoko zone.
Yeah, you gotta watch out. I love that. Yeah, I love that backdash from Bochi, and they're just like calling out. Council's been liking to go in for those lows, especially like either on jump in or in the dash.
Interesting.
Yep, keeps it on.
Unblockable again.
Yep, we're gonna do it one more time.
The auto combo moves forward, even on whiff. Catches Council not pressing anything. You play H-Moon, you should know about that. Come on.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, this is like the last. I know Bochi got last week got one game on Wrath on there. Was the only game that the team won against like on Team JCOM. So I'm glad to see being able to kind of adjust and like deal with this Alico matchup here.
Bochi's combos are actually like really optimized for Arcuid. I love the newer things actually doing, which is nice to see.
Get the 4.1 for that, very nice. Stays on the same side, does get the heat activation on there from Council, trying to get that health back on here. Holding out with the big star line.
Two orbs.
Small, and there, that 4C. Get in with the
Slight
overhead.
charge on. Oh no! Ah! Oh my god! 6BC, I'm nice. Actually, that combo is not optimized. I lied.
Not optimized, but it's getting the damage. You're going to have like one more touch on this situation, but yeah, we're going to get the barre and get out of the corner, try to get the side switch, the run under. And the shield into the BC, nice.
I saw them talking about that when they first started. You can make that airtight, it's just very hard to do. Ooh, you mashed on wake up? Converts off the orb counter hit. Going
Yeah,
all the
that
way.
like from the middle, like medium distance of that, just be able to run in on that.
Oh, it's the wrong orb? I see.
I like that, just kind of waiting until they jump over in there. And again, we're seeing
Good heat
like,
awareness.
just going.
Last pixel, get that damage out. Oh no, messes up the safe jump. Cross up
Set up
break.
Star Mine afterwards.
Yeah, you have to watch out for that one.
Yeah, hasn't happened too much yet. Might as well bring out the Moonskill Lariat just to make sure that it's terrifying the other player. Okay, Star Mine.
Oh no.
But
Yeah, just enough meter. Yeah, the combo Bochi's doing after the Moonskill Lariat is it's one that works at all distances, but you really only need it at a very specific tipper distance. There's a different combo that does like 200 more damage.
oh, okay. Bochi trying to tie things up here in the set.
Yeah, there
Battle
we
going
go.
right into Moonskill Lariat.
And that's an interesting post to corner confirm. Gonna go into the left right here. No. Tries to bake something.
It doesn't get it though, but
has
does.
been using a lot of defensive options. Oh no. That's not a cross-up normal, so the shield whiffs. Knockdown. Orb set. Yeah, caught mashing. Sometimes you feel like mashing on Ayoko if you think she's just gonna bluff with the orb and hold it. Oh no, 214B, save me.
Yep. Oh, but the BC, the clash on the through, giving Council an opportunity to activate heat on there and get the fatal counter in the air, but recovers this.
Raw 4C hit.
Okay.
Alright, left, right. No heat option. No moon drive. It's okay, just mash out.
Managed to get it out there. Just oh, but you jump, super jump right yourself into the corner, and you're going to get hit by
That
Melty.
couldn't have been
And
intentional. That's so rough.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Alright. Council needs to get that moon drive on deck. Hopefully he can get a knockdown, get a charge. No. Take some plus range with orb.
At least has 3
Instantly
bars of
throws
here to
away
work
the
with.
moon. That's plus. Mashes anyway. So brave.
Sends out the star mine, but here we go. The shield counter B, fatal counter opportunity to start things up anew.
Alright, left, right.
Hold it down, but you know what? We're just going right back in there with the elbow anyway. To keep it, finds the mark on here afterwards, enough to activate Moon Drive and get the recovery out of there from Council.
Alright. Orb pop starts offense. Wasn't blocking low. One more hit. Guess for game.
Just goes out there with the Moon Skill.
Oh no! You're done!
Yep, you just got the hit confirmed into the arc drive finish, and that's going to be Bochi tying things up against for their team 3-3 now.
Yeah. So we're gonna switch back. First to 2. 1, 2. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Type Lumina. So this is...
we're going Twiggy and Garahaz again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So with this kind of pacing, we could end up seeing another, the 13-game set that we saw yesterday, unless there's some faster adaptation on only one side.
Yeah, that was I was watching that just yesterday actually, and like going all the way down between like Lily, Yuri, Genius, and Yuna, JJ, and that was exciting like all the way through. But we got Garahaz taking the first touch on here. This is kind of what I want to see, like already like being a little bit more active into the same side, empty low in there, all the way into the corner. Here we go. Okay, lead into the corner, but we got the shield.
Ooh, unfortunate interaction.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for those black keys at any given moment.
Didn't quite have enough of the EX ender. Landed there.
Second
Okay,
overhead
here we go.
hits. Out into the throw.
Oh no!
Oh, the little extra distance it travels, but doesn't get anything before it.
Kind of chilling. Oh, that's a
Does
big
get hit with
opening.
brilliant wheels. Opportunity for Garahaz to get it, but here we right into the EX here. Has one bar to work with just to finish things off. Doesn't even have to need it. Just gets in with the caught them ducking to get the round.
Yeah, delayed air dash for the late overhead. Throw off your opponent's blocking timing. Get in there.
Doesn't get the fatal counter, but off to go for the run under afterwards here.
Yeah, I like that side switch.
Where Twiggy's been doing a lot of the work, especially in that last set as well. Trying to cancel it out here, but we get caught on the down way down there. But here we go, brilliant wheels. Finally starting to hit their mark here. Oh, gets the follow-up on like hit on the moon skill from Twiggy there. Garhouse gets a little bit of touch.
Oh no, you didn't need to go in on that. You were fine.
Yeah, was like Twiggy was already active on there, was able to punish just in the right distance on there. Another touch is what you need here. The shield, starting to stand shield. Uses counter B to get onto the other side.
Oh no.
Oh.
Little hesitation there. No.
Nope, not at all. Just
That would have
already
been good
out
before,
of the.
though.
It would have been, for sure. Was
Oh, I
outside
didn't
that
switch the
distance in
names.
there.
My bad, my bad, my bad.
Waits for the landing, gets in with a low. A little bit of a start here, but Garaz is not completing the combo, unfortunately. Oh, but
There's the DP.
yeah, like whiff punish on there. Try to go in for the hard shield read on there, just giving Twiggy an opportunity to change things around. Get the throw, one more throw for the road. Oh,
no.
and jump like on the other
Nice
side.
double
He has to
jump.
feel it.
Ah, the shield. Yeah. Good meter awareness. Alright. Twiggy on the verge of taking it to 5.
Yeah, cancels out on the follow-up on there, just like the shields of the brilliant wheel. No, I was kind of trying to keep it bait, trying to like play a little bit with the wheels, but
That jump seat went crazy.
went very crazy.
Has to be ready for these DPs. Getting the knockdowns now, but not ready for the option. Ah, not the one. 3 keys left. You know, we don't see this character actually get that low on keys.
No, not really. Like if they reset at the end of the round, so you usually don't unless like something awry is happening here. Here comes the heat though. Enough time to get plenty of health back on there, but there comes the fatal counter once again. Gonna remove that extra health benefit and more from that. One more touch, potentially. No, actually doesn't have the meter to make that happen.
Nice movement. 1 key left. Alright, we're not getting to 0.
No zero, no countdown to 0. But that is that's 5 matches on Twiggy's side like that for Shinoa. There, like all on the beginner side. So we're going to go right back to first the 2 for Council and Bochi. This could potentially be the last set if Council manages to take this.
Yeah, if Council can adapt, it can end right here. There is a potential there. And that's have to make use of the time while your partner is playing to really think about what happened and try and make an adaptation for that. That's another thing that we just didn't have last time. Is that kind of thing. You just had to play all your matches at once.
Right. Like for last week or for the previous
season, it was just a first to 5 followed by a first to 5 instead of this back and forth format.
So Bochi was doing a really good job locking down Council, especially not being really getting things started. Even some of the better like the star mine setups that Council was trying to do. Here we go again, though. For our shielding on that, but goes into the counter B, stays on the same side.
Yeah, Council really needs to just be aware of Art's first movement options and like some of the jump scares she has in neutral. Not getting hit by that 6BC helps a lot. 5C is a pretty good starter too, though.
Gonna go all the way in the corner. The corner-to-corner carry that this character can have.
Ooh, nice throw.
I like that. Into a star mine setup. Uses the moon skill. DB tries to jump cancel out of it. Still gets hit from Council.
No, that's not gonna work.
Unfortunate.
No. Wait.
Gotta hold.
There you
Gotta
go.
wait. Yep. That's a little tricky with that arc drive too, where you gotta wait that little bit. And I love hitting buttons. I don't want to wait.
Back into it, it's fine. In
Yeah.
current code, for some reason, your character will often attack away from Aoko when you do that same thing. I don't know why. Her collision box is just off screen.
It's taking a nap. It's all good.
But this is a good Council start. Yeah, that's the bluff orb, held forever. But
Yeah, but get the fatal
the scramble
counter
situation
here.
does not go in Council's favor.
Yeah, Bochi's been getting the upper hand of a lot of these scramble
Into the
situations all
corner,
the way.
not safety.
Yep. I like that option too, just to get the health back here. Still being on the offensive a little bit here. Waiting until you get all that recoverable health back.
I'm not sure if Council knows how the bounce block stun works. Back in the corner you go. Sets up the long range star mine on here. Gonna get the knockdown. Keep it for the next time potentially. Keeping it forever.
Yeah, it doesn't even need it at this point. Oh,
No!
now
Okay.
almost had the icing on the cake at the very end, but just like, just made a little bit of mess up at the end, but got the round anyway.
Oh. Marvel round start?
Same on the same side. Uses the keep in the corner, starts their turn again into the moon drive. We're going to use all the resources.
Yeah, stare down actually went Council's way that time. Got that to a starter. Here we go. Orb. Calls out the bluff.
Dangerous not to do anything, especially being so close to arc. And when you get that back throw wall combo on there afterwards.
Mashed on the left right. Alright. Scary spot for Council. Has heat? Yeah, heat's the overhead. Nice.
I like that as an option there. Just try to get away from the jump seat, but we're going right back into it. Oh, nice! I love that moon drive activation from Bochi on there, just to get the call out on there, and we got another round going to Bochi.
Yeah, it's one of the rough things about only having an EXDP is that in a situation like that, where it's a gap with a special move, they see the super flashing and just press it. Whereas if you have a meterless one, there's no giveaway. You're not reacting.
Yeah, no fear at that point. Okay, we got the counter. Bochi starting things up again.
Back into the left right.
Bochi's been opting to go for after the corner carry, staying on the same side as the corner just to try to switch it up. Council's not really falling for it.
Overhead.
The kid's hit with the overhead.
Oh, tries the backdash. I'm not sure what. There was no option there.
I may be preemptive on that, but the Council with the moon skill flash on there does set up the star mine on there with the 4C afterwards. Going to get things started.
All right, fatal throw.
Up 7 on the mine.
Nice. Not an optimal punish, but okay. Little expensive, but take it. Take what you can get.
Yeah, still has access to moon drive at least in the next round, so not completely without resource options, but is going to get hit. You're going to start losing a health resource as part of it.
There you go. You were saying something about keeping corners?
Yeah.
Inside side. Here we go. Patience, patience. No, you can't low shield it.
Oh, you gotta be careful about that. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, almost had the cool conversion.
Yep.
With the jump in, gets punished on landing. Right back in the corner.
Another say no with the
Uh-oh.
elbows here. Oh, the low shield into the moon. There's that moon drive activation into a fatal counter.
I like it. Ooh. Had the weight, but just didn't press the button.
No.
Yeah,
But,
can't do that.
oh! Yep. For a second, I thought Council landed just in time to shield on that, but unfortunate for that. Here comes the Blood Heat, though.
Just hit. Blood Heat's gone. No moon drive. Risky gets hit low. Push it.
Oh, he doesn't get the follow-up, recovers just in time, and both I like the immediate start my conversion in there, but the
Didn't get
moon
the EX
skill
cancel.
clash frames. Oh.
All right. 5-5. We're switching to first to ones.
So this is this is going to be really it's been one-sided on the beginner side, one-sided on the intermediate side. This is going to be like I wonder if we're going to get like a little bit of a switch up here with if Garahaz can if Garahaz can
If Garahaz
Can
takes
get, like,
one, and then
Yep.
Console takes one, it's gonna be rough.
Yeah.
We'll have to go through
Oh.
the secret set again.
There's a possibility here. We do get a nice little touch in from Garahaz here.
Alright. DP hits air state. Take it, the conversion. Nice shield. Get a tiny bit of health from that. There you go.
With the grab.
Just not seem
Okay,
like
wait.
Ring Oki, but you know, sometimes you don't do it. Oki has a
Twiggy's
lot of other options.
Yeah, it's like you see less of the ring Noki right there, like in the corner there, but we get the side switch on there afterwards here.
Oh,
If at first you don't succeed, try it again with the EX version. Actually, it does get a little bit of touch on there, even like from the long range.
one more key. There it is. You're out of keys. Not out of options.
keys.
Oh no, doesn't connect.
Was able to jump cancel on time here. Doesn't get the follow up on the brilliant wheel.
17 seconds. You have to go in.
Oh, yep. You have to cancel it.
You have to go in.
Oh, has like one
Twiggy,
little
run!
bit of moon drive.
Ah, the moon
Oh, the uses that last little bit of moon skill just to get the hit in there.
The reset.
Gets it low, gets knocked out. Akia, Bear has plenty of meter to work with. Uses one of it right there. I like that. Like Twiggy's just waiting for those gaps in there.
Ah, I missed that time. The ring messes up the combo though. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it did actually avoid the brilliant wheel like in the process there, but interesting.
Oh, the reset. Twiggy, don't reduce in this game. You'll get counter hit.
Long range, flat key gets hit, gets follow up on the run in on there after.
Alright. Oh, not meaty. What? Why'd that hit like that?
What?
Huh?
That hit. Hitting everywhere.
Okay.
Hit the shield on the way down. Okay, nice.
Very delayed shield counter works out. Twiggy in there. Oh, I didn't switch the score. Hang on. That's the score. Garahas needs heat. Nice, found it. Don't throw a key.
A little bit of touch here, but heat for heat. And that's going to stop that immediately. Just goes right into the arc drive finish. I don't think this kills. It's getting very close, though. You're in that range. But, you get the touch.
Okay.
Moon's kill. Yep. All right.
Alright, Garahas really close on that one. Almost had in the 2 rounds. So that 3rd round, Twiggy just turned it back on. So we're going back over to our other team. Our other competitors.
Oh, we are getting dangerously close to, like, getting to that game. What was it? Game 14?
Game 13.
Game 13. Yeah. I've been able to get a hit on there, but most. I'm
Check your mic.
tired of one.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Immediate use of fatal counter. Doesn't get a huge conversion off of that, but does get Council does get the side switch on there. Uses the EX to send out the big mine on there afterwards. Does get a nice hit in there. The Alright,
threat
2
of
orbs.
the mine.
Nice block. Going in. Orb again. Overhead.
Alco overhead.
What was that?
The recovery to misses
Out of the
on
low.
that, but that's, yeah, you gotta watch out again.
Watch out for that arc drive. Okay.
Uses the lariat as a movement tool to get out of there. I like
yeah,
the
some of the people on the
recommendation.
other teams were delayed, so it's good that this is going so long. Gets hit low. Pressing something.
The plus.
Ooh, tried to shield the 2nd hit, but it's 214A, not 214B. Alright, left, right. Watch the heat. Ashes.
The side switch. Yeah, looks like got touch on there.
Might have messed up a DP input, got counter hit.
Throw the orb.
Yeah, I can't press on that one.
Yeah, you gotta watch out the all incapacitating huge orb. Watching out your every movement here. Does get the follow up on there. Doesn't get the
Cross
flow.
combo. All right, Coach's turn. To the corner? No, left, right again.
Time to guess. It doesn't want to guess. Wants
Messed
to play
up
Moon
the
Drive.
setup, it looks like. All right. The corner trap orb gets hit. Orb's gone. Oh, just blocked. Didn't go into shield. There's the shield, but gets grabbed. Turn blue.
Immediate moon. Yep. Like the chat was saying, turn blue. Get those clash frames going. Working in the favor of Bochi. Trying to turn things around. Has access to a couple bars. Goes ahead and uses the heat to get the health back.
Nice. All right. Have to go for an air throw ender here. There it is. No resources either side. Oh, shield nothing. Doesn't get the. Oh, you turned. Oh, but you didn't have moon drive.
Unfortunately, yeah, you know, like you just gotta like sputter and die if you don't have it on there. Bochi getting another one, and we are getting into that final set here. It's going to be between Twiggy and Garahas now to decide the fate.
Yeah, we're here at the very last one.
And
Swap back
Garahas has been
one
doing
more time.
better in the one more time. Garahas has been doing better in those sets. It just takes one. It's the equivalent of like when you're playing casuals and you do the Like you're going against someone who is
If you're
way
0-9 and you win the last one and you get off,
Yes.
you won. Doesn't
Yes,
matter what they
win
say.
quick. Exactly. For all the marbles, though.
They switched
William
sides. Okay, now it is correct.
Yeah, trying to keep it plus. Follow up, waits for the shield to come out, gets in the throw.
Doesn't bait that. Almost.
Did get the BC on there, but Garahaz getting
Gets
a couple nice
the
hits
combo this time. And the low.
with the 2A.
Nice shield. Avoids the jump C. Avoids the key. Clash frame saved me. Almost avoids the DP.
Yeah, very, very curious, but this is going to be turned around. Garahaz is on set point. We'll test up endurance at this point between these two players here. Catches on the moon. Look like a wake up hit. Yeah.
Lumina?
Oh, we are playing old style Lumina right now, baby.
There's that combo drop. Nice.
Oh, long.
5C, swinging it.
Yeah, long range of that. Oh, it actually was able to avoid the heat, but doesn't get anything for it. A little bit of touch from Twiggy. Trying to keep alive.
623C. Funny shield.
3 keys. Gets hit with the jumpy. Into the low. Has full access to an arc drive. You want to spend it here?
Not enough.
Pretty close. Not enough, but one more touch. Into the shield A.
All right.
Counter.
Oh no! It didn't combo! Garahaz with the last game takes it back.
All those other games were data, just meant for this one time. Garahaz takes it on there for their team, for MadeInHeaven. Very nice.
Yeah, Team Shinoa banished. Very, very good adaptation. Close set. So, what's going to happen here is we're going to get next up is Team Crystal and Team Kirby. I will get Kirby in here for an interview. I will play Crystal's interview. I will yield my commentary spot to Salty Boy. And then we'll get our next set of matches. So, there. Let's see. Let me summon Kirby to the voice chat. Open that. There you are. Okay, perfect. I need this one to go. There. Wow. Hey, how you doing? Ready for your interview?
Yep, I'm all good.
Alright, perfect. First question. What changes were done for this week compared to last week to prepare for the match this time?
Last week was spent a lot on just... Wait, I'm being heard, right?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. A lot of last week was just building, like, the building blocks of playing the game. This week, because a lot of them were busy with finals and the like, I gave general advice about the matchups they're gonna fight, and then again just let them play. I'd occasionally come back in if they had any problems with a certain move, a certain character. I'd play a matchup. I'd play some games with them, and yeah, that was mostly it. Both of my players play fighting games a lot, so all they needed is guidance on Melty specifically, and it was all good.
All right. So what? Now that you know your two players better, what do you think their strengths are, and how do you think they'll be able to use them in this match?
Peanut Fever he scares me. He's extremely good at strike throw. Like one of the best, even in like high level. He just has it down to a science. I think he can open anybody up with just staggers and throwing and baiting. And yeah, we use this. A lot is really good neutral. Last week was focused on had to fight Blob, which obviously is a bit of a nightmare, especially when you're new to the game. But considering they were a week in and we're still navigating the hell of stomps and projectiles pretty well, I think finding a character that doesn't do that, they'll have a lot more chances to get in, hit someone, and then run their Oki.
Yeah. All right. And so, what do you think? You've seen the other teams play. At least I hope you watched. What do you think makes your coaching style different from the others?
It's general. I noticed a lot of them were, a lot more hands-on. They ran more practice and more like really hammered their stuff in, hammered their advice in. And obviously, I do think that's important. And I don't think it's necessarily worse or better. But in this case, I think with people who know how to play the game, they have their own style already. And it's better to just give them the slight nudge they need to learn this game, and then have them learn in their own style.
All right. So, the final question, as always, any message, words? You can say one thing.
Second impact Urian.
Okay. So I'm going to play the video, and then we'll get started. So, this is actually a little long, so, just be ready for that. Alright, we're here with the second week of the second season of the team tournament. For interviews, I have Crystal with me. How are you doing?
Doing great. Doing just fine.
Alright, so we've got interview questions. What changes were done for this week compared to last week to prepare for your match?
So, actually, a lot has kind of changed. And I'm kind of happy that I'm the one tasked with these two individuals, because honestly, I don't know how other people would have handled it. Maybe like Aaron, who's also their friends, like would have handled it pretty well, and maybe like have done a better job than me. But Aaron's going through their own things right now. But so a few things have changed. Yuri Jesus is not having fun with the game anymore. So, and it was like frustrations with her character, not really like knowing what to do against certain players. Playstyles just kind of annoyed her, and it just got to the point where she just doesn't have fun just like competing in this game. And so like, okay, that's okay. We did what we could the other week, and if we won, we won. nothing would have changed the outcome of that, but like that didn't happen, and now we don't have the opportunity to win the whole thing anymore. But that's okay because it was never about winning the whole thing. It's just about how we can enjoy the game. How can we progress through the game? And that's always been her struggle of trying to like enjoy this game to the fullest because she really cares about it, but sometimes she just can't bring herself to set those frustrations aside. So she's been just taking it at a leisurely pace. I'm not going too hard with her, and I hope if she's just able to relax and like play the set as if she just like didn't really like care, not as in like she's not trying to like lose or she's like throwing or anything, but just like if she's able to just go at it and not worry about a whole lot, like not worry about the pressure of like winning or losing, or not worry about whatever outcome comes of it, and she's just trying to have fun, that can look pretty promising. Lily, on the other hand, has been a little busy with some shifts, so we haven't been able to go through the most, but I think my general approach of just like, let's tackle this, let's review, and we'll see like how exactly are your nerves getting to the point where you just can't make good decisions anymore in the game. You start to rely on system mechanics, you start to rely on trying to like mash out of stuff, and instead our reaction, or our first reaction is just to calm down, assess what the opponent is actually doing to you. Like if it's like Akiha, we gotta block for a bit and we have to do our best to just survive like the mix. If it's like Vlav, we have to like, calm down our approach and all that, and we just have to like tackle it and with one game and one character at a time, and we have to block. Really, she just has to block. She just has to block a bit more so that she can survive the game and actually progress. So, yeah. But Lily's been doing a bit better. I've been seeing improvement in other regards, or in other aspects of her gameplay. But in regards to just the fundamental issues, she very much still has them, and she just needs to iron them out. She needs to not panic. She needs to just stay calm and just play well. Because I know she can.
Okay. So this next question is a little odd for you, since you already knew your players. Yeah, I have it. The question Scott wrote down was, what are your mentee strengths now that you know them better?
Okay. I'd say for like Alexis, or well, Yuri Jesus, I'd say for her, she's kind of good at like when she just like hones in on strike throw and just like doesn't like care about like what the consequences is like going to happen, and when she plays really confident, like her one turns look a lot better and look like a lot smoother. And honestly, Lily looks the same way when she's able to play well, but it's more than just like the offense that looks good, because sometimes her offense is really inconsistent and it doesn't like a certain like pressure or like pressure structure doesn't really suit the situation, but she's like able to like react to stuff and like hold in on defense and stuff, and it looks really good, and she looks like a solid player. So yeah, definitely not the mental in either of them. That's very much still a weakness in both of them, but I mean, when they're able to hone in, they look good. They look like solid players.
All right.
It's just getting past that barrier of like, if your mental gets stronger, you can survive in the game longer, and then you can have more chances to win.
What makes your coaching style different from the others, do you think? And what is giving? What are you doing to help your team that the others wouldn't be doing?
It's actually funny because I asked some of the other coaches, like personally, like what they've been doing with their students, like how have they been implementing stuff differently, and I've met some who have kind of had the same like laid back approach, because some of them have had like just students that have been playing the game a while, so they understand these things. All they really need is like some practice and some pointers. I'd say the difference, at least with us, is because we're able to just like relax and just like communicate and be like good friends with each other outside of the game. And so I think when we have those moments, it allows the harshness of like review and like play and like player notes and just like improvement, like it eases that impact a little more, because it's like this is coming from someone that like you trust and you know. And I hope that I can at least like demonstrate my coaching style to people in the future that don't really like know me or don't really like know me personally, because like I think I'm pretty good at like reading people's thoughts in their gameplay. And when you start to lean into those system mechanics, when your pressure starts to look shaky, when you let like a heat that shouldn't have gone through, it's like I know where your head is at. Like even if you subconsciously don't know where it is, like I know where your head is at. And like even if you intentionally meant it or not, it's very important, and it can become very obvious just through the course of multiple games.
All right. And so the final question, as always, any final words for your players before they play?
Man, I had this prepared earlier in the week, and I had something cool to say, but now I'm here and I forget all the words. Dude, now I look so lame. But I mean, just have fun. No matter what, the game is always still here to play. We lost the first week, which sucked a lot, and it came with our own frustrations, but like there's still more Melty blood to be played. It doesn't matter. This is a grand event, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity for both of you to have played in it. Because I think you guys could have had a lot of fun with this. But I mean, it is what it is. Just go out there, always try and play a good set, a fun set, and play more of the game.
Anyway, now that that's over with, I'm gonna hand it over to our commentators and tell these players to start the match.
Okay, we got Salty Boy joining us on the mic. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I get to watch some like team-based Melty. I'm pretty happy.
I saw the previous team match was pretty close.
Very close, actually. Yeah, it's going all the way down to the wire. I want to see more of that. Honestly, I just
What was that the closest one of the season?
I think it's like tied for the closest one. I think it was kind of a similar situation between. Trying to take a look here at what I wrote down. Between.
Of course.
Like,
Oh,
yeah,
maybe it was. I think it might have been like last week's. I think.
Yeah, I
that
think
was also pretty darn close.
Yeah.
Which is cool to see.
Yeah, but in the meantime, we're focused on the present here. We got ourselves the maids. We got Lily on the saber, Chief Yowie Jesus on the maids. This is the by the way, this is the classic Yowie Jesus versus Yuri Jesus match, except they're not facing each other. It's diagonal.
Yeah, they're not quite on each other's bracket at the moment.
No,
but...
they're looking at each other across the aisle, basically.
Yeah, exactly right. But it's interesting seeing It's interesting seeing Yaoi Jesus here playing the maids, because it's not very often you actually see both of the maids being played in tandem. Because it's normally like, you got the Hisui mains, you got the Kohaku mains, but you don't really see them both played here. So it's going to be interesting to see what Yaoi Jesus brings to the table that is different from last week, because notably there has been more time to kind of prepare for this match after these players have gotten used to this format.
Yeah, like being able to have a little bit more time with your coach is incredibly important on here, and I kind of want to see what those adjustments look like in real time here. We did see Yaoi Jesus doing a lot of Kohaku on point, but there's that Hisui follow-up there after like kind of doing the plant setup here. But the moon skill from Lily getting on the hit there. Does get the call out like on the side switch there.
Yeah, looks like it. I think we should be able to finish this combo here, and that we will. Not going to drop that one, and going to squeeze by dangerously on very dangerously low life there. Yao Jesus was really doing a great job, but unfortunately, I think just dropped the combo at the end.
Yeah, both players have a lot of resources to work with here. I have access to Moon Drive, just use an EX there. Already going into the Blood Heat just to make sure they have the corner, but unfortunately is going to get hit and lose all of that and more of the health.
Yeah, and I love when these players just show no fear when Blood Heat is activated, because a lot of times it just kind of turns into a Street Fighter game with everyone just staring at each other across the room, kind of similar to what Yao Jesus is doing to your Jesus right now. But, you know, I like that some of these players are just not scared to press buttons, because once you get them into a combo, you're going to be running down that Blood Heat down, so they won't have time to utilize that in their offensive pressure.
Yeah, Lily did got caught with a low shield on there, giving Yaoi Jesus a chance to set up the plant on there afterwards. But here we go. Goes in, gets the EX into Moon Drive. It's going to finish off that first match, and they're on Team Crystal side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a really strong first showing there from Lily, especially in the second round. First round was looking pretty tough there, but yeah, no, second round definitely cleaned it up, looked a lot more consistent. And now Yaoi Jesus put on the back foot, needs to find some way to respond. It is still that first to two, right? First to three.
Yeah, we're doing
first to three, first to three, first to two, then first to one.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we saw Lily in the last week doing a lot of like keeping in the air, a lot of the dive kicks up plus a block, getting the switch ups with the Rekka on the overhead on there afterwards here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of more back and forth happening in this match though between Yaoi and Lily here. That like obviously Lily took those first 2 rounds, but just a little bit of changes could go another way.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Good, successful shield from Yao Jesus, and unfortunately dropping that combo there that we could have gotten, but still keeping Lily stuck in the corner. That's going to be a great position for Yao Jesus to be in. Now we're starting to mix, Lily up here in the corner, but unfortunately Lily's going to be finding a way out.
It's so satisfying. It's so satisfying looking at the shield BC when you hit both maids like that too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's the same feeling like you would get a happy birthday in a team game, except this isn't a team game and you only have that one character available to you. Unlike the Ice Climbers, no one's going to be coming in to break you out. And now Lily is going to be going up a round once again here in game number 2.
No, yeah, no wombo combo with the chair, but we do get the counter on there on the other side. Try to use the Sui follow-up on there, but the BC clash.
And one thing I'm noticing from Yao Jesus' play so far is very little usage of proactive meter. Very little proactive meter usage. And I think that might be to their detriment, because you could use a lot of these very strong moves to try and keep Lily at bay or finish off your combos with some extra damage on top. And we're going to be seeing that right here with the sword.
We are seeing it enough to get the knockdown and get the plant on there afterwards. Goes in for the low option there with the hard knockdown. But the clash in the favor of Lily. Lily gets in there first, is going to finish it off, and we're up 2 already.
Yeah, a lot of times it feels like Yaoi Jesus is kind of like holding onto the meter, maybe looking for a blood heat potentially, or but I think there's like a lot more opportunities to once again use those EX moves like I highlighted before, but also maybe just go for regular heat as well, just to start to regain a bit of that life and get another chance at fighting back against Lily, because once Yao Jesus gets going, Yao Jesus certainly has a lot going for them. It's just a matter of fact that they need to get started somehow, and Lily is the one carrying all the momentum. And it makes sense because we're playing Saber, right? We're playing hyper aggressive, and as Yao Jesus, you need to find a way to get this hyper aggressive character off of you.
Yeah, you gotta control the ferret in the room. Basically, you gotta make sure, make sure it's nap time on there. But it's yeah, we saw Yaoi do the the blood heat early on. Lily shut that out completely. Didn't get a chance to do that in that second match here. I'm with you. I think being able to kind of spend a little bit more resources, maybe switching. Getting the quick Hisui switch into a bento setup or something on there afterwards, switch it back. Mainly Kohaku on point on both of the matches I've seen from last week and this week from Yaoi.
And a defensive heat would also be very useful too, right? Because when you're playing against Saber and you're stuck in the corner, that's where Saber's pressure is the strongest, because she's constantly forcing you to guess on throws, on strikes, on overheads, lows. She can, and her Rekka is just so safe, where it's very hard to actually challenge her with your regular Abari options. So using something like Heat to try to catch those gaps that Saber naturally leaves in her pressure is going to provide Yaoi Jesus an opportunity to actually escape it.
Yeah, no, for sure on that. Lily did demonstrate a lot of that corner pressure last week in the previous match, like with being able to like take control a lot of that. We haven't got to see that a whole lot. A lot of like back forth in the neutral on there. Trying to see what's happening here, if we're going right back into the match or trying to get some coaching. Okay, we're clicking in, we're getting ready, we're locking in.
Sounds good. Let's get right into it. And this is going to be the final game, potentially the final game of this set. Unless Yaoi Jesus can lock in here and get a game against Lily. One of the things I normally like to look at when it comes to these, I guess, beginner intermediate tournaments, especially with the coaching, is looking at how these players play defense rather than their offense, because I think that's where most people break when it comes to picking up a new fighting game.
Oh yeah, no, we all love hitting buttons. Like if someone says they don't like hitting buttons, they are a liar on there.
And I think that's really what's just throwing it in Lily's favor too, is just because Lily has been playing such a good defense, especially like I said before, like that proactive, that defensive metered usage to get out of pressure once Yaoi Jesus has them locked down.
Looked like try to send out Hisui in for the moon skill, got hit out of the way there, like shoved the maid out of the way, get to strike down Kohaku. We're on the like for the first to three, we're on set point.
And a perfect as well. All of the momentum has shifted in Lily's favor. If it wasn't there already, we're going to be taking Yaoi Jesus straight to the corner, because that's just how Saber works. 2 meters still available, and just poking from a very safe distance at the max range of this sword, of this Rekka, and making it very hard for Yaoi Jesus to try and respawn.
Yeah, used the BC option, lost a lot of moon meter, but it's like quickly getting that back on here, holding back, waiting for the like strikes from Kohaku to get, but there we go. We've got that nice little hit on there, has access to it. Arc Drive just needs to do the one. Doesn't get any on the ground, but we go in for the overhead option on the follow-up there, and that's going to be the first match, the first set being done. 3-0 for Team Crystal.
Yeah, incredibly clean. Lily looking really good. I think that coaching has been paying off. Or if it was not the coaching, Lily just been doing a great job at just improving with this character, and you can see it right there.
Yeah, been able to kind of play their game, and I like you pointing out some of the defensive options in there, realizing anytime that was not able to get away from some of the pressure that Yaoi was getting put in there. It's like, nope, I'm gonna like get a defensive heat. I'm gonna try to get out of here. I'm gonna kind of back away and then find my way in the strike. But in the meantime, though, we got our intermediate match coming in here. We got Peanut Fever versus Yaoi Jesus.
All right, and if I remember correctly, this is going to be the same characters as their avatars?
I think so. Yaoi Jesus did play MASH last week, also for the first set. I believe lost that one 0-3 and then switched to Akiya. So yeah, Peanut Fever on the Miyako, Yuri on the Akiya.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. We're kind of going up the skill bracket a little bit here. But I think the same thing still applies. We got to look to see what these players do on defense. I think Miyako is like a premium scrub killer character, where she will break you down on defense if you do not know how to play against this character.
Oh yeah, no, definitely with the knowledge checks. One thing we were seeing last week from Peanut Fever was trying to do in like the 2-2 meaty setups and was missing them on that. I want to see if they're going to try that again and like what adjustments they have done on there. But in the meantime, Miyako has the side switches in there. You got the combo from the throw. You got like all these different options here, and like with Akiya, you got that insane Oki and like that corner pressure that can come afterwards.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The Oki is the name of the game here for Akiya, but in order to get that Oki, you need to get a knockdown first, and unfortunately, we're not seeing any of that happening. Going to be building up that meter, but you also got to make sure that you're checking Miyako from not building up that meter from full screen as well. So we're going to rush right in. We have full stocks, and we're going to find a hit. That's going to be a great confirm, and maybe potentially going for a safe heat on this knockdown just to regain that health back. No, we're not.
Okay, like kind of backing away, but here we go. The jump in, just a single little bit of a love tap from Miyako from Peanut Fever, just to make that first round theirs.
All right, nice air throw. Gets that knockdown. Finds the hit on the meaty there, opening up Yuri Jesus. Yuri Jesus, though, is going to be spending that EX to get out.
A little bit of OTG damage, but we're rolling right back into the situation for Peanut Fever here. Going to get it set up like into the air dash on there afterwards to get the overhead and the corner, make it all of theirs and use EX just to get a little bit of extra damage. 4.1, nice.
Zoom drive activation. Okay, the clash. There's the shield. And we're going to be making sure that we keep Yuri's in the corner, but we're going to be dropping that combo. Still, though, with the stomp, we're going to be winning that game.
Bring out that shoe, not mark it down there. Looked like went for the BC option and maybe was trying to get back up over in the air, like was backdashing a little bit, but still was able to recover and get the round there. Very nice.
Yeah, really good stuff. Unfortunately, we weren't really able to see Yuri Jesus do too much with Akia there. It really just felt like a very similar situation to what we saw in that previous set. This time coming on the side of Team Kirby, with the Miyako just hyper aggressive, rushing down the Akia, and looks like we're going to be swapping characters to Mash. I think a character that is a little bit simpler to grasp, and also a character that can play neutral a little easier than Akia, because Akia can be very specific with what she wants and how she navigates neutral, while Mash can kind of just like stick out these big buttons, move across the screen like this, and just gain a lot of momentum from doing so.
Oh yeah, Mash is a semi-truck. You get the charging stars in there. You have like, especially the moon skill version with like the clash frames at the beginning. I feel like you can just lock down so many different things with this character on that. Especially also like EX dive kick in there. We're doing a little bit of taunting on there, but we get to follow up the side switch on there from Peanut Fever to get a knockdown into the setup.
Yeah, let's not have those backdashes and the taunting with the teabag bite you from behind, because right now Peanut Fever is making sure that you are feeling the hurt that we are putting on top of Yuri Jesus. We're going to be seeing the clash, the moon skill come out to try and get out of the corner. We're going back to neutral, picks up Peanut Fever there. That's another great confirm, another knockdown, trying to go for another mix-up situation, but the heat activation from Peanut Fever will deny that possibility.
Yeah, like, spent a lot of resources just to get that final hit in there. It doesn't have anything to work with it on here. But meanwhile, Yuri Jesus has 3 bars to work with and almost 2 moon drive, but like getting hit early on here, immediate use of the DP.
Going to be getting out, but immediately after, going to get hit as Yuri Jesus might have tried to scramble and claw back a semblance of advantage there. Shield going to get baited, and that's even worse because it is Blood Heat. I guess it doesn't really matter because I think this combo will be close to killing. Nope, not quite enough to kill. But still, though, expending all of that meter, that timer running all the way down. And unfortunately for Yuri Jesus, we didn't have much in the way of resources to play on defense afterwards.
Yeah, unfortunately didn't get a whole lot from that. I do like the idea of switching over to Mash just because, yeah, you're right. She has has some good ways to lock down, especially like her jumping around like Miyako, just trying to like strike down, make sure that like tie them down in the like on the ground a little bit more than what we were seeing before. Looks like we might be keeping for that now, though, as we go into potential set point.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. No, we're instead going to the Shiki. It's going to be like a very weird blend of all these different playstyles.
Okay.
Hopefully that's not going to be, once again, hopefully that's not going to be biting Yuri from behind, because, going from Akia, a very mix-up heavy character, to Mash, a very rush down, grounded character, to now Shiki here, with a bit more of a Shoto playstyle. We'll see how this ends up faring for Yuri Jesus.
Yeah, you still have good access to like a very good lariat to kind of approach on the horizontal game, but does get hit on the backside in here from Peanut Fever.
Yeah, no matter what character you play, though, you still gotta make sure that you can play defense against Miyako. Like I said before, Miyako is one of those characters where if you don't know how to defend against her, she will run you down and she will win.
Peanuts tried to go for the elbow yet again there. Misses on the connecting flight from the moon skill from Tono. But does get the fatal counter. Going to give opportunity here for Yuri to begin things.
All right, going to spend that moon drive using that as a pause button, seeing no move coming out from Yuri Jesus. So we took that upon ourselves to go jump out of the corner for free. And now Peanut Fever building such a huge lead on set point, and now playing it pretty patient, playing it safe, waiting for a button press from Yuri Jesus. Found a hit with a shield, but unfortunately not able to get that combo. And instead, Yuri Jesus is going to be the one to get this knockdown, trying to push them into the corner. But we're going to be seeing that wake up DP come out and connect.
Yeah, invincibility on both sides here. Yuri goes out for an invincible DP of their own here on the side switch. Kind of trying to reach out there, but does get a little bit of a hit into the counter to begin things once again for Yuri.
And this is a massive opportunity for Yuri Jesus too, because we can't afford to spend all of the meter that we've built so far, and we're very low on life on the side of Peanut Fever. One good hit and it's going to be over, taking a bit of time to charge up that meter and backing up, waiting for that one good hit. There's the DP, finding its mark, and there's the DP once again, because why not? Yuri Jesus finally gaining their first round here and maybe going to make something happen.
The surprise pick of the Tono seems like it's working so far a little bit, but here we go. Elbow from downtown, trying to get the follow-up, backdashing away from the tiny child. But does get hit with the EX stomp into the OTG damage into the corner.
Oh no, spending the arc drive. Unfortunately, we're not going to be getting any more. We're going to be spending all that mirror to do so and not going to be getting any damage in return.
Does have access to boundary peak moves though, so
That's
we'll
true.
see what happens with that after that. If they're going to even have a chance to do any of that, we're just going in for the invincible DP. Going to get punished by Peanut Fever.
And arc drive on deck, might as well spend it. There's the arc drive finish with the giant stomp, and Peanut Fever going to be getting a 3-0 here for Kirby in response to Crystal's 3-0 on the side of Lily.
Yeah, so we're already seeing kind of similar from that last set there. Like it's 3 up on each side. It's tied up game. It's back to the beginners, the beginner players to determine the fate of where we go with the momentum for the team.
Absolutely, and there's still that time in between those two sets to kind of just review what you did well, what you did wrong, and let's see how they start to adapt. And I think that's one of the coolest things when it comes to this competition, is just like that real life adaptation of, okay, now you have to play against the same player, the same character. What should you expect going in?
Yeah, and we saw that all the way to the end there. Like Twiggy was winning like 3-0, then 2-0, then like that very final set, Garahaz got that one win that made all the difference.
Yeah, and here's the thing: if you can take a round, you can take a game, and it's only a little bit further to take a set, especially now that these sets are starting to get shorter and shorter. So there's much more emphasis on doing well the first time. It's not going to be first to 3 anymore. It's going to be moving forward to a first to 2. So you have a little bit less time to adapt if Yao Jesus has more tricks in their bag.
But we're already getting like a little bit of slice. The BC, I like that just to get out and try to get the corner situation, but does get hit by Lily. Does the run over side switch on here? Just go ahead and spins a little bit of that EX just to take control and get us to a safe jump setup.
All right. Found a shield, but no follow-up, and we're just going to keep pushing that offense and going to be getting rewarded for it. Lily going to be getting the knockdown off of that air throw. Here it is, one more mix-up. Good block on the overhead, good block on the lows, but you got to tech that throw, and that's where Saber gets so scary because of that fast movement speed, making it hard to try and understand when those strike throws are going to be telegraphed.
Lily waiting the entire time there just to like for the plant to finish out before striking back on there. Nice opportunity there. We're right back into Plant City though. Get the follow up. We're going into the Home Depot. Getting it is springtime. Arbor Day just passed. Got to plant those seeds.
Oh man, good block on the A follow-up from Lily, and now Yaoi Jesus has built a monumentous lead in this round, pushing Lily a little bit too far away from the tree to actually make an impact, but we did put Lily with their back up against the wall, and Yaoi Jesus is going to be getting a perfect here. This might be the start of something special, but Lily has 4 meter and is going to be spending that as we start off this round with a bang.
Yeah, like no stopping this train, the Saber train, choo-choo on there. Yeah, like you said though earlier though, Yaoi, like if you get around, you can get a game here, getting a switch and using the blood heat again and get the shield from it.
You said I said before, I was like, hey, it's scary to try and press buttons on someone using blood heat, and I was like, I respect that, but there's a very real reason why I said it's scary, and that's exactly why 60% of your life gone in a single blow, and Yaoi Jesus is going to continue to maintain this lead. We can't kill with this combo, I don't think.
Here comes the moon drive. Love that reaction on there. Didn't like you are like it's not throw invulnerable when you get the moon drive, so you get that throw and get knocked down. Let's go for Yaoi.
Yeah, Yaoi Jesus going to be maintaining the lead for the team now as they move forward with a 4-0. But we still need to win one more game to win this set, and Lily still has their head in the game. We'll see what Lily has to respond, because that was a very powerful 2 rounds there for Yaoi Jesus. We got a perfect, and then we got a near perfect for the second one.
Yeah, had to spend a lot of resources to get that point, but it was worth it on here. Lily seems to be running the same game plan that they've been doing all this time so far. The side switch on there from Yaoi to get away and try to avoid the blade saber.
Okay, nice. Drops the combo though. That's not great. Heat activation. Going to be spending the arc drive on wake up, and that's going to be a connection.
I'm like I was for sure that I was gonna get avoided in some way here, but does get the hit, get the follow up. Here comes the BC and the strike down on there. Lily taking that round.
I think that's what Yaoi Jesus has been so scared of when it comes to setting up the Trioki. Is like, yeah, we're kind of just playing that shield RPS and pushing Lily out of that range in order for that shield to be successful. Okay, good pickup. Moondrive just slowly depleting for Lily. Finds the throw, attacking on some more damage. There's going to be the 3C Raw. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, just happy to take that on there. Do the same side on there. Get the follow up. We're all the way back into the corner yet again here. Going to get knocked down with 3.5.
Oh, we're going to be getting maybe 3.5 on the side of Yaoi Jesus instead. Bends the meter, 3.6 instead. Why don't we go for that 1-up? We're going to be spending the meter on a wake up, getting ourselves out arc drive, but that's a safe jump.
Oh,
we don't punish.
No punish indeed, and got in there with a low. We're tied up 1 round each.
Set point for Yaoi Jesus. 1 more round to go, but Lily still with her head in the game. Going to be finding the first blood in this round. Building up 3 meter very soon as well. Spending it just to get those plus frames, trying to reset that pressure.
Big broom after the air dash. Nice.
Oh wait, no, not plus. Okay, here we go. BC, getting ourselves out.
Pull it down with a shield. Like to wait for a reaction just with the Moondrive to see if anything would else show up after that on there, but we're going to go ahead and get some extra damage on top of things. Not going to be enough to kill. Enough time for Yaoi to recover here. The low shield onto the other side, and that's going to clinch that match for Lily.
Evening things up in the set, making it a 1-1. This one might go the distance. We were talking about it earlier. It's like, yeah, we're hoping for not a blowout. We're hoping for a very close match, and it looks like that's exactly what we're going to be getting. Compared, very similar to what we saw with the previous set. It may potentially be the record if we go even further than this. We're currently at that 4-4. Who's going to be breaking that parity to make it a 5-4? We'll see. Yaoi Jesus starting off strong.
Yeah, first set that's actually been not a shutout between the two competitors in today actually on here. So trying to get back on there. Did get with the early air throw in there from Yaoi, but it's going to be Lily taking control of the corner. The BC on the clash, and we get hit on the other side here, Yaoi. But because of recovery, yep, you got to watch out for those dive kicks on there afterwards. Got a little bit of hit, but nothing much for it.
Not going to respect the shield follow-up. Instead, just going to continue to maintain that offense. Spends the meter. Going to get that knockdown off of the air throw. Here we go. Trying to go for an empty jump throw setup. But Yaoi Jesus is not scared of the safe jump setups that could be getting set up here. And instead, just going for that arc drive and will be rewarded for it. Putting themselves into the lead. Throws out the projectile. Going to respect the shield because they know the projectile is going to connect with it. But still going to get hit by the BC in the end.
Yeah, second time we've really seen Lily activating Moondrive and just holding to see what waits on there. But here we go, get the hit on their set point for this part of the set for Lily.
Yeah, and that was just a perfect decision from Lily at the end there. It was like, yeah, we're such even life totals. I might as well just go ahead and spend that heat just to get that health regeneration in and make sure that we maintain this round and make sure that we get that lead. But here we go. Yao Jesus clawing back, going to be tossing Lily into the corner and has the meter advantage. Cactus going to find a connection, but not going to be getting the maximum damage we could have gotten off that confirm. Shield and response, B follow up, but an instant press from Lily will secure them a combo.
Yeah, unfortunate there because like that gave up the corner as well here. Now you're going to have to deal with the saber pressure.
Oh no, Arc Drive once again getting very antsy with it, but drops the punish once again. Lily unsure of how to punish it when it whiffs.
Yeah, holding down. We've seen a lot more of the item toss in there, kind of using the Hisui assist on there on follow-up. Yeah, again, not throw invulnerable on the Moondrive activation, going to get that, and now it's set for set here to decide the fate here. 4-4, who's going to be taking the lead?
All right, looks like we're going to be starting with Lily with that lead here. Going to be taking roughly 40% of that life away with 1 bar of meter. He's going to whiff, but we're still finding a way out. Lily is struggling with these awkward confirms, these awkward starters, but still, this is not an awkward start to a round because we might get a perfect and close it out. The low shield going to get opened up, and that's going to be the fatal counter to secure Lily the win. And we're now... Lily's going to be breaking parity here for Team Crystal to bring the team to a 5-4.
Yeah, that was like Lily saw. It's like, oh yeah, you're throwing my Moondrive. Hold on, I could do that too. Like I got the switch over there and just got like just incredible perfect at the end there just to make that happen. Well done.
Yeah, absolutely. And also, I like the adaptations we've been seeing from Yaoi Jesus. We've been talking about a lot. We've been highlighting a lot, and for good reason. And I think one of the key things was I think we played defense better compared to that first set. And also, I like how we played neutral a little bit better as well, where we're starting to use more of the projectiles and that toolkit that the mates have to control that space, because you really want to be controlling the ground and potentially the air as well when it comes to Saber.
Yeah, we definitely we saw a little bit of the of like table assist and a few of the standard assists coming in from Hisui, but we weren't seeing a lot of the follow up like with like either projectile or being able to kind of like switch it up for other options on there. So nice to be able to like switch it up and realize that Lily was responding to that even if they weren't getting conversions into damage on there. We saw that Lily, like being able to throw out the projectile, Lily would just stand there, get the shield on there, hold out until like the final one, and was able to BC out of like one of the situations that way, just like for the longest shield hold in existence, it felt like. But,
oh yeah, absolutely.
But I do like kind of like seeing what the opponent's doing and adjusting there. But yes, we are going back into the first 2 now for Yuri Jesus versus Peanut Fever. So we're going to get more Miyako versus Akia or match action happening.
Yeah. And if this is similar to what we saw in the previous set between these two, Peanut Fever could be bringing us to a 6-6, maybe 6-5. You never really know. And we could potentially be seeing multiple 1st-to-1 sets at the very end. But we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. No. 7.
5-4. So
5.
Oh, okay.
Yuri Jesus can win here.
Yeah. So Yuri Jesus can win here, but I was saying like Peanut Fever can bring us to a 6-5 or 6-6. 6-6. There we go.
Yeah. So, but
basically, it's not over for Peanut Fever if we win this set, but it will be over if Yuri Jesus takes it.
That's correct. On there, we got ourselves Yuri Jesus switching over to the red arc, the setting up the onion rings for this, and this might be part of like what Crystal was talking about in that interview. Also, just like trying to find a way to have fun with the game as well, like find a way with the different characters. And also, but red arc, not a bad choice in the slightest.
And I think I like the idea that we're representing with Red Arc as well, because it's like, Miyako can't open you up if she's not close to you in the first place.
That is
and
true.
Red Arc notably has one of the strongest projectile games in the game, right? With the onion rings just being so big, so fast, controlling so much space, and we have meter, we can straight up combo off of them from max distance.
But the question is, like, it looks like Miyako's got that fiber on the fighting, just like being able to get in and close that distance immediately on here. Moon Drive for Moon Drive. No one has Moon Drive going in there. The touch from Yuri Jesus to get the round.
All right, what's this round start going to be? Backing up, but backing straight into Miyako's fist from behind the back cracker, the back scratcher, and Peanut Fever is going to be starting us off with a nice lead, though will be punished by holding that shield.
Okay, does get the fatal counter, but was able to recover in time. Playing with the onion ring, just trying to, like, again, like what you were saying, Salty, like keeping the distance in there, just trying to stop away, like trying to go in for the EX teleport, the plus option on there afterwards, but does get hit into the corner. Into the safe
Now
jump.
stuck into the corner, going to be spending heat once again, and going to be spending that meter to get out. We are booking it.
Oh, yeah, I think the second hit of that is high afterwards. You cannot low shield that afterwards. I thought you get hit.
That's
And
really
you
funny
get-
how it works.
Yeah, like scary cans are still scary.
Yeah, it's very interesting seeing how Yuri Jesus is playing defense and going for these very committal low shields, right? Because, you know, if you're wrong on that mix-up game, then Peanut Fever will absolutely make you hurt for it.
A little bit of connection in there, but we do get the jump in start combo starter for Peanut into the EX. Into a safe jump, like holding it down. And shields out the EX in there to keep to get the throw out and get to an elbow setup.
Nice connection, nice confirm. We're going to be getting the full combo off of that, but I think, did we drop it at the end? No, I don't think we did. But the heat's going to come through, connect with Yuri Jesus. We're not going to be getting too much reward off of it, and Yuri Jesus sitting on a full stock of butter. It's just a question of when we're going to spend it, and maybe trying to go for the blood heat. Either way, got the regular heat regardless, and that I don't think is ideal here.
Built up one bar on it. Does get the mash out with the 5 A's from Yuri. Trying to get in with that jumping beat. Capping on. Oh, and there comes the stop with the OTG damage on there afterwards, and Peanut Fever's going to add another one to tie it up 5-5.
Yeah, going for the ground approach against the character that has a slide head on demand. Not something you want to be doing. All right, so this is what we're talking about before here. If Peanut Fever wins this one, this will be a 7-5.
Okay, it looks like we may have.
Yeah. I think 7-4, 7-5.
It's 5-5 right now because Peanut Fever won that one, so it's tied up at the moment. So now it's if Yuri has a chance to get 2 matches up here and win this, but if Peanut Fever can.
Oh right, I'm mixing up all the names. Yuri Jesus, Yaoi Jesus. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, a lot of religious Yaoi and Yuri happening on the screen today, which hey, it's awesome.
They're so different but so similar at the same time.
With the clash in the favor of. Oh yeah, okay, so. Yeah, and what's adding to the confusion, Yuri switching to another character, didn't want the red arc anymore, went to go Haku, and already getting a significant lead from this surprise on here.
Yeah, we're just playing random select at this point, just picking whatever character we're feeling like we're going to be successful with, and right now it is working in Yuri Jesus' defense. Peanut Fever is not keeping up with all these character swaps.
I had no idea that you can get the hit and the follow-up into the arc drive. That's nice.
So far, really good control of the neutral using the big sweeping moves that Kohaku has to her advantage to keep Miyako at bay, but Miyako always very fast and try and get around them and go in for these punishes. Moon Drive to stay safe. 3C anti-air. That's going to be a solid starter here for Yuri Jesus. Spends the meter for the knockdown and should be able to set the plant. No, instead we're going to go for the overhead mix-up.
Okay, the moon skill does clash on there, but in the favor of Peanut Fever. Going to get all the way. Going to go into that overhead option on there. Enough time for Yuri to activate heat.
Sets up the tree, setting up it as a wall. Good shield on the stomp.
Recognize it. Try to go for a super jump on there afterwards. Trying to guess which way go. Swing bada bada. Going into the tree on there afterwards. Enough time for a Peanut Fever to recover.
Drive, great shield from Peanut Fever. A lot of small hits and no big reward until now. The B fall will connect with Yuri Jesus, and we're going to be getting a nice knockdown. Yuri Jesus with some meter in the tank. We'll be spending it on the carpet bomb. Finds a sword hit, but we can't finish the combo there. Instead, we're going to go for another sword anti-air as Peanut Fever tries to rebound off of the back wall and is going to be finished there. And now Yuri Jesus, I believe, is going to be pushing Team Crystal up to 6-5 here in their favor. And that means Yuri Jesus can potentially win this set if Peanut Fever doesn't take the next one.
Yeah, swinging that like a home run derby, that sword on there, just like sniping the child from the air on there. Yeah, this is possibly the defining set. Yuri Jesus could turn things around with the Kohaku pick.
No, I'm looking. Yeah, I'm watching this Kohaku play, and honestly, part of me is like, we should have been playing this from the start. This looks so good. Like, it looks so clean.
No, special. And it felt like was able to get some hits on there that would stop Peanut Fever in their tracks at like early on in there to get that first round. That was like a clean round for Yuri Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see if that ends up keeping up here, or Peanut Fever is going to be making that a little bit harder to do. Let's see what this round starts going to be. Melee 5A counter hit. Whatever Yuri just tried to press, it was not fast enough.
No, oh, try to go swing, but gets in with the low and gets to the corner for the trouble. Ends with the air throw in here. Trying to keep you guessing, but catches on the throw again. Enough time to set up the plant.
The throw afterwards.
Oh, I like that option though from the Can-Cans. Got hit with the on the part of on the plant on there on the other side, but we do get a couple small hits for Peanut Fever.
Hey, that overhead consistently opening up Yuri Jesus. Shield BC, nice fall up there. Doesn't finish the combo. Yuri Jesus falling right out. Heat activation coming in, recovering that health. Going for a preemptive anti-air, tries to set up the tree as well, but those are two slow moves in a row, and we're going to be moving straight past it.
Wondering if the plant was an accidental on there, but oh, the shield into the BC snipe. I was like, you know what? I can snipe from the air too, and I can take that round. Like, I'm trying to turn things around and keep in the game.
Looking for a lot of these preemptive anti-airs, expecting that jump approach from Peanut Fever is not coming, and we're still going to be finding these confirmed. Fatal counter as we try to go for an air tech.
Double overhead, but goes in for the throw. Free combo for Miyako.
Good block so far, but you can't block those throws. Get grabbed once again, straight back into the corner with you. 5A though, good mash.
Okay, go ahead, spin a little bit of meter in there. Enough time. Oh, but here comes the heat for Peanut Fever. Going to get it. Not for very long though. You're going to be getting the advantage in there just to shut it down a little bit.
Flash. We try to instantly cancel it to take advantage of it, but unfortunately not going to work in Yuri Jesus' favor. Stuck in the corner once again, but this defense has been looking so much cleaner than before. Nice tech, and we should be able to close it out in this round. Oh, but we're going to be holding on to those resources.
Right back attack. The throw whiff on there, your whiff plus on whiff on there afterwards, but a little bit of touch right back at you, trying to take control. Again, sniping out, calling down Kohaku is air control right now.
Yeah, not allowing Peanut Fever to get in the air at all. We see it once again. It's going to be a clash, not going in Yuri Jesus' favor this time. But the idea is there. We're constantly trying to go for these anti-airs to snipe Peanut Fever every single time we try to go for these aggressive approaches. It has been giving Yuri Jesus such a huge lead, but right now Peanut Fever is the one with that huge lead in this round. Yuri Jesus may be looking to go for a heat very soon, and we see the blood heat come out, and that is going to be wraps, folks.
That a Peanut Fever going to take that, and it's going to be tied up 6-6 now. We've had two big team matches this time for T5, and we have gone down to the wire on every one of them so far. So it's 6-6 now. Going back to our beginners, right?
That we are, and these sets have been getting closer and closer, and it may be part due to maybe extra familiarity with each other's characters and each other's play styles as they start to play more, or it could just be, the shorter sets starting to close in and provide more opportunities for mistakes from these players that they're taking advantage of.
sure.
Either way, we're going to be going to what is going to be the final set between these two teams. A first 2-1 with the two players that started it all. Welcome back, Yaoi Jesus on the Maids and Lily on the Saber. Who's going to take it, Team Crystal or Team Kirby? Honestly, I'm not even sure, because if I was going off the first set alone, I'll be saying, oh, Lily, because we got that 3-0. But now, after seeing that second set, I'm not so sure. I think Yaoi Jesus can certainly take it here.
I think there's definitely been some familiarity, and at least like kind of getting used to the tempo momentum that Lily likes to play in. So I'm curious to see how that shifts into the final match for this for against Team Kirby versus Team Crystal.
So far, we're starting off with the right ideas on the side of Yaoi Jesus, trying to go for anti-airs to maybe snipe any air approaches from Lily, but, that was kind of like a big swing and a miss, but this is certainly not a miss for Yaoi Jesus. Nice combo, tacking on a lot of extra damage here. Going to be getting that knockdown, sets to the plant, going to get shielded, nice block on the BC, or nice avoid of the BC.
Yeah, it doesn't get the follow-up on that afterwards, but here comes Hisui projectiles, all going all straight. Oh, doesn't get the follow-up on the fatal counter.
Capitalize.
And Key plus.
Gonna go in. Shield. Tries to go for a read on the A shield. Not gonna work.
Yeah, not ready for that fatal counter.
Or A follow-up, yeah.
Yep, but has the like the follow-up in the corner. Here comes Mr. Plant.
And this is going in Yaoi Jesus' favor in a much more dominating way than I expected. First round going to Yaoi Jesus. We're on set point. We're on the win. One more round. We got the win here in the bag. We'll see how this ends up shaking out here for Team Kirby. Yaoi Jesus in the corner. Let's see this defense.
Ooh, just goes in for the shield. A counter on there afterwards. Long hold of the shield into the Hisui. Follow up on there. Caught Lily ducking on there. Enough time to hold down the cactus, but here comes the shield counter BC.
Again, these pickups have been so clean from Lily. It just comes down to playing defense and also maintaining this offense against Yaoi Jesus. And we're going to be able to bring it to the final game, final round. No, not yet.
Okay.
But that's going to be a pickup still in the end. Yaoi Jesus maybe getting a little too antsy for that punish.
Lily definitely did not want to spend extra in EX just to have
No,
the
not at all.
extra meter resource on there, and I almost lost that. Yaoi immediately goes for the blood heat, maybe trying to get a re-hit of that last arc.
Yeah, round start blood heat, but no presses from Lily just yet. We're going to be getting 1500 off that blade heat activation, but we're going to be seeing an arc drive of her own.
Sail away to Avalon here. Joe's going to the dive, but here comes the shield counter B in here trying to realign things, but Lily is going to take full advantage back into the corner.
Oh, and Lily is taking that full advantage and running with it. The lead in the health advantage here is criminal for Lily, and we're getting away with murder. That is going to be the round as long as Lily doesn't drop the combo, and Lily will not taking the win and bringing Team Crystal to victory.
Yeah, well done there, just kind of like readjusting on there. That was extremely exciting. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, it got so much closer every single set. And yeah, no, that's exactly what I like to see, the adaptations coming in live. And that's what's so special about these tournaments that are Winty has hosted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's the end for today. Thank you all for tuning in. Next week we will be continuing with the winners bracket. I also want to note that the two teams that win today, though they don't get to progress through a full losers bracket, since we simply do not have the time for that, there will be a small prize that they will get. I can't hand it out right now since I'm broke, but they'll get that next week, by Friday. I promise. But for now, we're done for today. Tune in next week for more matches, and thank you all. Have a great weekend. I am signing off. Any last words from either of you? Oh, actually, I do have one more thing to say. TNS is running a Lumina bracket in like
Yes.
4 hours, 3 hours from now. Go sign up for that if you haven't already.
Yeah, I believe that's starting at 8 o'clock. I know Akimi and Fox are on commentary for that, so that's going to be very good. That's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Hell yeah. Just so you know, I referred Akimi to TNS there.
Oh, nice,
What?
very nice.
What? Did you refer
What's up?
me?
Did you want me to refer you? I referred multiple people.
You should. Please send my name to anyone looking for commentary. Fox
I'll
will
keep that
tell
in
you
mind.
how good I am at commentary. I shouldn't be there over Fox, but you should refer me if you can.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll see if I can get you on if they end up asking me.
All right. But if you two have anything to say it. Otherwise, I'm shutting it off.
Nothing else from me.
No, but all good. Have a good one.
Okay. I am sending you there now. They're playing Guilty Gear Exerd Revelator 2nd. So check it out.